Welcome back to the Gun Guy Radio Product Spotlight with Brownells correspondent Paul Levy. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Jake. How's it going?
It's going great. So we're talking about the Accu-Shot Atlas Bipod. I've been hearing about this. We had a guest a little while back on our podcast, This Week in Guns, who picked it for their pick of the week. So what can you tell me about it?
Yeah, I can see why it would be a good pick. It's a pretty popular bipod at the moment. It's pretty robust anyways. I think that's what makes it so popular. This is it in the folded position. I have one of the non-Picatinny models right here. And probably why it's so popular is, one, its construction, but also it's lightweight. You look at the pictures and you think, that's a lot of metal, that's a big chunk. But I weighed this one right before coming over, and this is 11 ounces, actually a little less than 11 ounces. So it's right in the same realm as other bipods. It's essentially all aluminum. And the cool thing is the adjustments are really easy and it's simple to operate while still being pretty rugged. You have the bushings here, which adjust down from the folded position, and there's not much wobble in this either. Once it's in a position, there's not much flex. That's the other great thing about it, is you want rigidity in your bipod. You don't want to be flopping around when you're in the prone position. And then to extend them, you naturally grab the bipod like this, and you pull this knurl, pull it, and then it just extends down and locks in place. So all the adjustments are really, I didn't even read that in the instructions. I just naturally grabbed it like that and did it when I first got this out of the package.
Very intuitive.
Yeah.
And, it's something that you don't really think about, but if you're shooting anything long range, you need a good stable platform.
Yeah. It's really intuitive. So if you're getting up, moving around a lot, you can quickly adjust if needed. And then also you can shoot from the adjusted positions. You can also go into some odd positions too. Say if you're on rocky terrain and you need to just set up on some rocks, or you're shooting behind a structure, you can get this on top of whatever you're shooting. You can also load it pretty heavy because this is a robust, again, essentially all aluminum and steel construction. You can load this bipod with a pretty good amount of force and not worry about it at all. And it could support pretty substantial loads, I'm sure, just from what you'd be shooting. I'm sure these are popular too for even 50 cal guys. But
how wide would you say those legs are? Are those like a half inch? Or so?
I'd say they're a little over a half inch. I'd say they're about 3/4.
Okay.
And then that interior tube is probably about a half inch. And then you can see how wide that is extended. That's fairly tall. That's fully extended. That's 9 inches. It's 9 inches of adjustment, anyways. So yeah, it's really. I was impressed when I first got out of the package. The first thing that struck me was just how lightweight it was. Because you look at the pictures, and it looks just chunky. It's not. It is light, and it's fairly small. This one here has the direct attachment for throw lever bipod mounts. We sell it with two style Picatinny attachments. That's the most common attachment people choose. And then we do have quite a few accessories for the attachment method to get it on your gun, and then as far as the feet and the legs themselves. One adjustment I didn't mention is this turret here. This is for tension adjustments. So when it's mounted on the rifle, you can pan left to right. So that's in there too. I can't do it right now because you really do need to have the rifle mounted to actually be able to do that and take the tension off this. But it's really pretty impressive. It's on my list of things to get at some point.
Very cool. So right now the version with the Picatinny quick-detach lever mount, that's about $279, and then the versions that have the screw-on type mounts are about $219.
Yeah, this one here is $219. This is the version I got right here, $219.95. And it's bipods. A quality bipod is getting up there now. Sinclair International has a few, and they're about the same price range. And you get into competition bipods and things like that, and they're well above this. So
right.
Well, this is kind of right in the mid-range for a quality bipod.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that maybe after you make a mistake or two, you realize that's something you need to buy once and cry once with.
Yeah, you can buy some okay bipods that'll suit your needs. Say sub $150, and they may work for your given platform. But yeah, this is one of those you buy it once and you're good for life type deals. Really pretty impressive. I should mention too, it does have rubberized feet. So if you shoot on cement, it's not going to move around on you. And again, they're not going to slip and slide on most materials.
Right. Do those screw out, or are those replaceable?
I do not know. It appears to be replaceable, but I'd have to look on that.
Okay, very cool. Well, we'll have links in the show notes if you're an audio listener, or if you're watching the video and YouTube, you can click in the upper left-hand corner or below the display here for get your hands on the Atlas bipod from Accu-Shot. Well, very cool. Thank you so much, Paul, and we'll see what you have for us next week.
All right, talk to you then.